You are listening to the Tracy L. Clark Show with me, Tracy L., the founder of the Body Regeneration Method. And I am here to empower you and teach you how to connect to the God consciousness like you've never connected before. Tune in every Tuesday, 8 a.m. Pacific, right here on Transformation Talk Radio, where I combine science, spirituality, and ministry to help you unlock the secrets within so you can finally let go of what's holding you back. If you are truly ready to break free and bring in the new and stop wasting your time, join me, and together, let's unlock your superpowers so you can live your extraordinary life.
Good morning, amazing souls. How are we this morning? My little cat, Maggie, I keep putting her down and she might be running across our screen very soon. She seems to want to be involved in the energy and I don't blame her. You know, I will say at the top of the hour before we get going, we do have a call-in show, 1-800-930-2819. I know we've had some guests, but 930-2819. I hope you enjoyed all of our guests so far that we've been bringing just to kind of mix it up a little bit. But I know right now, it's trying times in a different way, but it's also very uplifting in other ways. Sometimes when we get this time to go within, we can really see what needs to change. And one of the beautiful things I'm seeing right now on the planet, and a lot of you have been seeing it as well, is one, a lot of people are realizing that we don't need these big office towers and spaces. We can probably have a really good functioning work base with a lot of people working from home, which keeps off, the pollution, gets rid of the cars, like all of this good stuff that happens. We see that there's blue sky and there's better ocean, they're cleaner because a lot of people dump so much in the oceans. But it also is a time where it brings up a lot of truce within ourselves when we're sitting more quietly, we're not in the hustle and bustle. It also brings up a lot of truce around the world where people can see things differently that perhaps they didn't have time to see. And I think that's the biggest thing right now with the mass awakening that's happening. I've said this for a long time, that we were going to have mass awakenings and mass exoduses for 2020 to 2021. It's not going to be easy as we go through it all, but when we're together, we can make it a lot easier. And this is really what this time's about. And why is it not easy? Because it's never easy when we wake up. Like when I woke up 17 years ago, it sucked. Like, come on, you have to look at yourself. You're getting real with yourself. You're like, I don't like this part of me and I have to change it, but it's okay. And this is why I've created the community the way I have. It's why I have the academies to be there with you every step of the way they're set up, because I realize it's hard to go through that alone. So waking up right now for a lot of people, meaning having the awareness that there's something different out there than what you've been programmed, right? And to bring in the information with discernment, with great discernment, because there's so much thrown around. And to always know that it's in your highest and best interest and your highest and best self for you and how you're moving forward. And that is key. That is number one when we wake up and we start to say, okay, what is in my highest and best interest? How can I take information, not being reactive about it, but apply it to my life, apply it to myself and my family to better each and every one of us. That's what's so, so important. And that's what's happening right now. And a lot of things are changing. And a lot of things have even changed in my world in a very short time. I'm not talking on a business level or anything. It's, that I love all of you. It's been more on a personal inner level. What is calling me? Like, where do I want to live? What do I want that to look like? Where do I want to spend more of my free time? How do I want that to look like? I am really missing the beach. I have to tell you guys, anybody that's listened to the show or knows me well, you know how much I love the beach. So I'm like, please bring back the beach. And it's a moving target too for everything you guys are all doing. You have to change and shift. The big word right now is pivot, right? But how can we change and shift our lives? The other thing that it brings up when we're sitting in this space is a lot of people will say, I'm sad or I'm angry or I'm lonely or I have grief or, I listened to I was reading a post of a beautiful lady the other day who was saying that she felt she couldn't say she was lonely right now, but because she thought she'd be judged for being lonely, because when you're not, there's a connection that you create when you connect that to the God consciousness, the loneliness really goes away because you're really filled within, right? When you're lonely, there's usually parts of you seeking something that is missing within inside, right? Like any of those areas. And remember, all the emotions, whether you're lonely, angry, sad, whatever, the key is also to know you're going to go through all of those feelings, but how long are they staying? If they're staying for months and months, you know there's something deeper within that has to be looked at. If it's a period, like you're angry for a moment, like I read some of this stuff that's going on right now. I get angry. I'm angry for a moment. I clean it out. I'm done. I carry on with my day. It's not sitting with me for hours. That's how you can start to gauge your body. But when I looked at her post, she wasn't lonely. She was grieving. There's a big difference. And we have to understand to be kinder and gentler to ourselves. Because a lot of times we'll say, well, I'm lonely. I know more people in relationships right now that are more lonely than people that are on their own. So what we miss is there's a grieving process that comes into being able to give that person a hug or see the person. It's not that you're lonely. So if you can handle, time in your home and you can, go for a walk, you're having fun by yourself, that's a very good gauge that you're not lonely. But a lot of people just throw words out. It's like depressed. Everyone's depressed. You hear it all the time. I'm so depressed. Well, people shouldn't be depressed right now because they can rest, I guess, if you want to look at the other side. I'm so depressed. I'm so depressed. They throw the words out without understanding what's behind it. So a spirit of depression, we can start to list some of this for you guys, or a spirit of loneliness, like real depression is you can't get out of bed. That's true depression. People I hear say, oh, I'm so depressed. And meanwhile, they just got back from the gym. You're not depressed. You got to start to really look at what your words are right now. And this is why with this loneliness and grief, on Soul Sundays, I did a whole thing around grief for 2 hours. The next Soul Sunday, I'll see what Spirit tells us we should speak about and clean and shift. And so you can see those online. People always like, where do I go for Soul Sundays? It's because we can shift and clean things by watching with our words. And a lot of people right now, like lockdown, like listen to that word. It's gross, like lockdown. Okay. How about I like to say I'm transitioning, like we're just in transition right now. Things are changing. Or, we're in a crisis. Like, oh, really? Okay. How about we're just, again, it's transitioning because we're not in a crisis, guys. I was just saying to our producer, I did the math where I lived. We have over 10 million people in our whole province. And out of those 10 million, we have 0.5% of people have the cases. And I'm not saying anything against the virus, and you have to maybe be careful, but it's no different than anything else. Out of those 0.5, most of them are unfortunately very sad, coming from seniors' homes, which some of these homes, I can tell you from people I work with and people that are in my own family that have been firemen and paramedics, they never liked those calls. They said they were not well taken care of and not well handled. So no wonder these bacteria grow. We're not really taking care of the people. So out of that, you're down to 0.25, maybe less. So you got to put things into perspective. So it's really understanding this isn't a crisis. So instead of saying we're in a crisis, why wouldn't we say, we've noticed that there's some things there's a virus. Viruses mutate all the time. You can't but the body has to, I'm going to be careful what I say here. The body needs to work through the virus to create an immunity to a virus. So we could say we have a new virus and we need to be a little bit more discerning where we go or how we interact. By changing the words that way, you actually create a new way of energy. So I want you to think about the words you're using right now in your daily life. So when someone says, I'm just lonely, when you're not really lonely, you're just grieving the fact that you just miss interaction with people. You miss that because virtual is great. And it's great that we can do like this, our radio show, and, my wonderful producer is out in California. I'm on the East Coast. Like we can do all of this and connect, and it's wonderful. But as humans, we also still require to have that beautiful touch, whether it's, however that is for you. So I want to really just bring that attention. And again, if you're feeling angry, what is it about yourself as well that maybe you're ready to let go of? What are you ready to change? Everyone says pivot your business. Well, what can you change in your life right now? What are you willing to say? I don't want to be angry anymore. A lot of people during this transition also realize they don't know how to play. They've forgotten to have fun. They've forgotten how to have fun. And those things, sometimes you see people now doing puzzles or board games or whatever, just to give their mental space a break, right? But again, they've forgotten to have fun and just play and laugh and say, it's okay just to check out. It's okay to just move forward a little bit. So it is okay. So please, thank you, God. I want to shift this for you guys right now. I just want to thank that hand of God of giving you the strength to see how much you have within you. And that this is actually a springboard. I always see it, and the way it's been shown to me, it's like a diving board. You know how you spring off and you're getting ready to birth something new. You're getting ready to dive into the new. You're going to springboard off. You're going to see the new unfold for you. And this is that time to cultivate and sit within a little bit and say, really, what is it that I'm ready for? What is it that I'm ready to springboard into? What am I ready to birth? I keep saying this, we're birthing something new. The old isn't working, just like we were talking about with the environment. We can now look at it and say, we can birth something new, but it takes all of us waking up, all of us rising together to start to also command, not demand, but command something new. And the more we do that, the more you start to see things change and transform. That's the beautiful space of where we are right now. And that's how you can take this energy and start to shift. I know in different places, a lot of people are coming out of their homes now. Things are changing. They're shifting. I always said this Easter would be an incredible time. We now will get through these next, I guess it's from Easter on, the next 40 days of massive awareness and a massive information around monetary information, how that was part of what's happening. I really believe, and I'll say that here, that I believe there's going to be a lot of truth come out around the monetary behind what's going on as well, which will also impact each and every one of us. So I want to thank that hand of God of lifting this up to new levels and to new layers for you to be ready to step into what you were here for, to step into what you were called for. I was sharing, there's been so many changes even within myself, and I won't share it here because I'm sharing it with my Miraculous Academy. I had a huge thing that happened to me on the weekend, and where I was like, wow, I really want to step more into this part of my knowing and who I am and what's happening. And the interaction was so powerful that it made me realize there were parts of even myself that I would still hold back, because I'm not a religious person at all. I really believe there's a unity of all and one, and that, that has really needs to change and transition. But I am very connected to the Christ consciousness and to God, in the sense of how I've seen that change my life in miraculous ways and many others, and how we get the teachings of all and, the acceptance of all in one. So it was so beautiful. So even though I'm very, very busy still, I've been able to sit during this time and get so many blessings even brought in and spoken into my world, which I want to thank that hand of God of pushing into your world, for you to allow to see that you can take all the teachings and all the information for your highest and best self and really just, send back to God for justice. Just give it back to God. You're a child of God. You are a child of love. That's what you are, a child of love, here to be able to bring things in that are meant for you to experience. And there is where that energy, that light, that beauty is coming forward. And this is what we're walking in right now. So as we're through the shaky ground, I think until the end of next year for sure. I'm not saying in your house till the end of next year. Big difference. People hear one thing they want to hear. I'm saying that we will be coming out of this. You can see there's other reasons why it's being held back, but it'll take for things to unfold over, I think, until the end of 2021 for sure. A lot of systems to get shaken out even more. So we need to stay connected. We need to stay diligent. We need to stay connected to God. It's why if you haven't seen us at tracyLclark.com, check us out, because why did I create a community? To make sure you're connected every day, to make sure you understand what's happening. So it's our new version of moving forward together very much, rather than you having to go to a bricks and mortar building and just maybe once a week or whatever. We've created this space to continue to allow you so you don't feel lonely. You'll feel so connected to God. You'll feel so empowered. You'll feel so clear in what direction and where you want to go. And there's lots of people to support you. And this is the big thing that people are realizing right now with the awakening is, where is their support network failing? Where is the support network not there the way they thought? And to start to celebrate and bring in new support networks. It's a must now. It's not an option. Connecting to the God of your understanding is a must. And as though everybody's talking about pivot your business. And I get that. I've helped a lot of people with pivoting their businesses, and I work with a lot of companies and stuff, but I'll tell you guys, pivot in your heart right now. Pivot in your heart. And if you can pivot in your heart, thank you, God, and expand that heart bigger than you ever thought possible. Get out of the head, in the heart, because in the heart, you'll notice your words will change. They'll be compassionate. You're not going to be saying things like screw them or they're stupid. You won't be saying stuff like that. In the heart, you will come to a place of evolution and evolvement where you will start to go, I can see what they require. How can I help them? I can see what I require. How can I help myself as well? So it becomes a very reciprocal way and a very loving and nurturing way with clear boundaries. Very clear boundaries still are a must. So just wanted to sort of bring some of that out, because I think right now we got to really check the emotions and honor them right now as we move forward. So a lot of people are grieving. That's okay. We always grieve the old to bring in the new. So you're not always just angry or lonely or sad. Those are moments that will come through. Just keep your connection, stay connected. Thank you, God. See the beauty in your life. Thank you, God. And start to bring in that gratitude to another level. So Zach, I think we have Juliana on the line. Is that correct? I'm going to go to some calls.
Yes, we have Juliana from Toronto.
Hi, Juliana. Did we lose her?
One moment.
We are live.
Juliana, are you there?
Yes, I am.
There we go.
Oh, there she is.
Hi, Tracy. How are you?
Good, very good. How are you? What's your question today?
My question is, I don't really feel grounded in my body. I have a lot of leg issues. And when I do energy work, I just don't feel the flow is going.
You don't, sorry, cut out there, but so you don't feel where the flow, like it's not grounding from top of the head to the soles of the feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. It feels like you're being cut off kind of at the waist. Yeah. So, okay. So let's actually, hang on. So there's been past life information I'm just going to clean out of the body very quickly. I'm also going to recenter the right side of the brain to the left side of the body, left side of the brain to the right side of the body. Everybody listening, you can take this too. It's a good grounding. I'm going to actually remove some stagnant energy out of also the lungs and the breathing area, because that's not allowing the flow as well to go through properly. There's a lot of restriction up in the upper part of your respiratory system. I'm not sure how you breathe there a little bit. That might be difficult sometimes. But what I'll do is I'll actually start to remove, to open that up. We'll command that to open. Thank you, God. But I'm going to actually rotate your lumbar vertebra, sacrum, sacroilium, to command the meridians and the chakra centers to start to open. There seems to be... there's like, I don't like to go in that fear line, but there's a disconnection that if you fully connect, then there's accountability, responsibility that comes with that. So I want to anchor that through, because you're going to be fine because you're very connected, but you prefer to sort of be, I don't like to say the ungrounded world, but you prefer to be, that's the word they're using, more in the etheric world. Like it seems to be safer for you. It's kind of like, you know, how you can check out a little bit, like not kind of go, okay, I don't have to really know everything going on. So, how does so it's like, what I want to do is I want to strengthen the system. Thank you, God. I'm going to correct it to bring you back into the body, that there's safety. You kind of use it as a way to kind of check out from this world. So it's more safe over there than here. How does that feel when I say that?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so let me just pull this back in. So there is some energy. I call them, you can call them dark energy, negative energy, Luciferian energy, whatever you want to name. No right, no wrong. I'm going to actually start to pull it out, which has done that on purpose. So the reason, I might get care of it, the reason that's actually happening as well, because as soon as I get you back into the body, we push out all these soul fragments that are not yours. We're going to bring in your soul fragments back that are yours. Then you can be strong, accountable, centered, and grounded. And what happens is the earth plane won't look as scary, and you're going to become clearer. And then you're actually going to find creating things are going to become a lot easier because you can connect stronger to the God of your understanding. And then you can also connect stronger by seeing what's happening in this waking life. They have to go together. You've been running them on separate tracks. So that must be exhausting because it looks like you have to go from it'd be like going from one highway to the other and you're trying to drive on both highways at the same time. So I'm going to pull that out if that's okay. Yeah.
Yes, please. Thank you, God.
Yeah, thank you, God. You're ready to actually really connect. And there is a fear. Can I ask you, what's your fear of owning your power? Because that's partly what I have to reconnect this for you. You have a big fear of owning your power.
As a child, I had a lot of spirits attack me, and I just didn't want to go back to that.
Yeah, there's a lot of, so for standing up for yourself and for really speaking your truth, you'd rather just sort of hide in the back. Okay, so that makes sense because there's a lot of fear here about owning my power, and then that would create also suppression. So let's remove this out of your field. You don't need that anymore. You've got a lot of guidance. You have a lot of intelligence. And let's remove the accumulation. That again is where I go back to that Luciferian energy. So what basically, that's that energy that comes into the body. It sort of rides in the system, and it also gives us really bad mental chatter too, right? So all the little things that people discount, if we say, I'm not good enough, or I'm not worthy, or I can't do that, or I don't deserve that, or I'm always struggling, but all those words come from that energy. And I'm going to remove where those implants were taken for you, because what happened is the implant went in, the Lucifer energy rides in it, and then it starts controlling the actions rather than you. And so for you to be out in the etheric world is safer, because it's like, okay, it's kind of like watching your body. I feel like I'm watching your body from above. Like, do you feel like that sometimes?
Yeah. All the time.
Yeah. Like your body can walk, and it's like you watch yourself from above. So let's ground this and correct this all the way through. Thank you. Go on. And I'm just going to recenter you. So I'm just going to command them to go. I'm going to send them back to God for justice in the only way that God knows how, with unconditional love from the roots, from the seeds. Thank you, God. And I'm going to override and impart and speak in the actual new connection of the body, the soul, the spirit, and bringing back all the soul fragments. Your heart should start to feel a little bit lighter now, and then that should start to feel a lot more grounded. How does that feel for you?
Yeah, I feel it all on the left side of my body.
Yeah. Just so you know, the frequencies from the right side of the body to the left side of the brain, and the left side of the body to the right side of the brain are also reconnecting. So they'll reconnect. They'll probably take about 24 hours, but you can get a little bit of aches and pains only because they're talking to each other again to keep you in your system. That should feel a lot better.
Thank you.
A lot better.
Thank you so much. Bless you.
You're welcome, sweetheart. Have an incredible day and get some sun, okay? It's important.
You too.
Keep some sun. Important to get some sun. You know, if anybody listening hasn't joined us, I have a Facebook page. It's the Unleash the Superhuman Within Facebook page. If you're on my free newsletter, you get a login detail. It says you log in. Go to that page and you'll see there's the link to the free Facebook. There's a lot of actually free information in there for you, and clearings and cleansing. But I do lives on there and make sure you guys are okay as well. So check us out. Also, for our Transformation Talk listeners, I know we have to go to break. Zach said, got to go to break. You'll see there's the Effortless Academy. There's got to be over 100 clearings and videos in there already. And every week I upload new ones, and we're doing 2-hour Zoom calls right now together. Well, not Zoom, we've moved to another platform. But to make sure that we can keep you shifted and moving. Really important. I loved what, with Juliana, what she was saying there is it's very common for very aware people to want to sort of go outside the body. I used to do it. That's why you could see it right away. But the strength of what is happening right now and the power of the energy moving and shifting through the bodies is literally at light speed. So we are gone through the old ways of being, even in energy work and connecting to God. And you got to be like, I say, thank you, God, 1,000,000 times a day. Thank you to the Christ 1,000,000 times a day. There's so much beautiful, you might have different holy beings or angels or spirit guides, and whatever it is for you. You've got to really start to trust now, though, that you have that power, and those energies are wanting to leave. They don't want to be there. And like I was just saying, if you're having any kind of those negative thoughts, there's energies that need to be kicked out. So we have to thank that power of the hand of God, abiding, casting, cursing them out. So check out the website, tracylclark.com. There's so many fun things there that you can do and enjoy and be with us, and really continue to change and transform. There's a lot of cool stuff. Getting prepared to launch, you'd be the first to know for sure. Because as we change, this whole transition right now is and will move to something better. I know there's a lot of people saying other things. Let's stay away from that, because we don't want to create that. We have two emotions, fear and love. And when we step into love, you'd be amazed what that hand of God is ready to do in all of our lives. What you see in the natural is not what's happening in the supernatural. So we'll take a quick break, and then we'll be back with Jessica from Toronto right after the break.
Are you done being afraid to jump into the life that's waiting for you? Are you ready for a real shift? I invite you to tune in every Tuesday with me, Tracy L., on the Tracy L. Clark Show, where we will teach you how to live your extraordinary life. At 8 a.m. Pacific on Transformation Talk Radio, where I will provide the tools and the steps needed to help you transcend perceived limitations and move forward with an extraordinary life. For more information, visit me at tracylclark.com.
Your favorite Transformation Talk radio shows are now on Spotify. What? Simply search out your favorite host or show by name, tap the subscribe button, and boom! With over 150 million active monthly users on Spotify, Transformation Talk Radio is thrilled to expand our reach so you never have to miss an episode. Well, what the heck are you waiting for? Log into Spotify and subscribe now.
Imagine starting your week off with a teaching, a clearing, and an activation direct from the God consciousness. If you would like to feel more in charge of your week ahead, then I personally invite you to join me, Tracy L. Clark, for our monthly Soul Sunday non-denominational service at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, online or in person. All donations for this event go to the TLC Initiative Fund to help those in need. Sign up now at tracylclark.com, and let's connect together in the glory realm.
Yeah, yippee skippy to that, baby. We're not done yet. Some of us are out here to educate and inspire. This year, 2020, is the year we gotta show me the money in the cash flow. I'm Dr. Pat. This is the Dr. Pat Show. This is Talk Radio to Thrive By.
Visit thedrpatshow.com.
Are you ready to shift your life into overdrive and stop wasting your time? If so, then I want to invite you right now to the Body Regeneration Online Academy with me, Tracy L. In a world filled with so much information, you can get overloaded and confused, left feeling like you've tried everything and still no results. If this is you, then this platform is for you to help you step into your power, your intuition, and gain clarity. You will learn simple tools that you can use as you walk down the street, and I will teach you how to grow a stronger connection to the God consciousness. Imagine having me as your coach, shifting you, uplifting you, empowering you every week, and most of all, helping you stay connected so you can navigate your life's journey with ease and grace. Nothing will be able to get in your way. Plus, you will have a community filled with souls just like you to pick you up when you fall down and support you on your wins. No one can go this journey alone. If you are ready for your live activations, check me out at tracylclark.com and join the TLC Body Regeneration Online Academy now.
So you're pivoting in your heart, right? We're going to pivot in our heart together, because when we do that, that is where we get the growth and the change. All right. I know we have a bunch of callers. I'm going to try to get to as many as we can for this next half hour. And I am going to do another call-in show next week. So please, instead of bringing guests, I'm going to bring in another call-in show, because we really need to be here right now. So again, check out the Facebook too if you need extra support, or the Effortless Academy, or whatever works for you. You know what? We're growing this. Everybody calls it my ministry, I guess. I guess so much is changing, but it's keeping you connected to God in the way of your understanding, so you can create the greatest shifts in your life, because we are in the most amazing time to be alive. You've chosen to be here. I've chosen to be here. Some days it might suck. So let's go together to make sure that we are shifting and shifting and shifting together. All right. We have Jessica on the line, Zach.
Yes, Jessica from Toronto. You are live on the Tracy L. Clark Show.
Hi, Jessica.
Jessica, are you there?
Hello.
Hi, Jessica.
Hi, how are you?
Good. There you are. We thought we lost you.
I'm so grateful to be on the call.
So glad to have you call in. What's your question today?
So my question is, I've been feeling more anxiety these past couple days, along with itchiness coming back on my body.
Yes.
And I feel that it's internal. It's nothing comes out on my skin. It's just certain parts of my body itch.
There's a big bump that we went through in the over this weekend, which is going to go for another about 35 days. What you can actually see is, so anxiety, and it's very clear with you, you just kind of picked up into the collective consciousness. There's a lot of things. It looks like you're ready to kind of get going with yourself, which is great. Remember that I'll realign this for you. I'll pull that out. Anxiety is always very connected to, so everybody listening can understand, and I'll pull this back for you, is having that, it's where your body plugs into something's changing, but you can't fully see it yet. And so you can feel it. And the body also is letting go of something that no longer serves itself. So it looks like through this transitional period, you've been actually doing a lot of good inner work. And part of with the anxiety, the itchiness, that I can actually pull that back for you very quickly, that's coming out, is you're just underneath there a little bit irritated, because you can feel there's so many things you'd like to get going. You must have been were you in a massive creative period before all this happened?
So before this
before this transition decided to hit us all and say, stop.
Yeah, so I've been going in and out, but like you said, I have been doing a lot of inner work.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to get into more creativity and create for myself, start my business. But I think where the irritation stems from is I don't want to go back to work when this is all done. I just want to continue with my business.
Oh, exactly. A lot of people are noticing. That's what I said. You must have been in this huge creative spell, because you're getting ready, like I was saying in the top of the hour, to birth new things, right? So what I love about this, which we can start to cut off some of the old energy, is start to open up and really expand, thank you, God, that creative flow for your business. Because now, being off, you've had that awareness. A lot of people don't realize how much irritation their current professions cause them. I know I was in corporate. I was right there with you. Mm-hmm. So, our current stuff can really create the irritation. So that's that's that itchiness. It's coming out because you're getting itchy. You can see you're itching to literally get going with your creative new flow. So what I want to do is put a lot more attention around there, because we're going to have a little bit more time. But before you know it, we're going to be all out of here and going, okay, now what, right? So we don't want to fall back to old patterns. And that's one of your fears. Don't let that worry. It's not your fear. What we can do is bridge the work to the new, to your business. So I'll create a bridge. We can set up your business matrix energetically, increase the connection for the creativity. Thank you, God. And I'll pull back the irritation in the body, because what you might find too, for the little bit, it doesn't look like you have to go back to that work for too long if you choose to start to put this into motion now. So we can set that for you, and I'll strengthen that. Thank you, God. We'll strengthen the body. You can find sometimes going back to the old environment can trigger you a little bit, but if we get you nice and strong, you'll see it's just that. Remember I was saying like the springboard, it's just the springboard. You'll get out of there and we can get you into the new for your business. So you've got the ideas, you've got to make sure, write them all down. I see you writing a lot, so you must have been having lots of ideas flowing through. Put them down and let's start to develop out what that looks like. And then we can start to pull that back. So the body is very strong to moving in what you want to do now, what your higher self is calling you to do versus where you've always done something based on what you thought you should do. So that's also the irritation. You're letting go of the places in your life. Thank you, God. I can pull that down where you thought you should do something versus doing something that you really know you are very wanting to do from your heart. How does that feel in your body when I shift that?
Amazing.
Yeah, you're ready. You're ready. So the bridge is a nice thing. I do this with a lot of my clients. The bridge is great because it really shows you where you're going to become detached from the current work, and it starts to make you really focus on your own business. So this period of time is really given to a lot of us so we can springboard into new areas, and you're ready. Like you look like you're right at the end of the diving board. So don't be afraid to dive in. Okay.
Yes.
You're ready. And all the energy is saying, come on, come on. I always said, I was talking with one of my communities and I kept hearing this whole, follow me, follow me, follow me, not me, like the God consciousness, the God of your understanding. And you have that. It's like, you can see it's right there. You've been pushed, you're nudging, you feel it, and you're ready to dive. So just keep going. You're going to see the creativity is really going to come fast, and just don't stop yourself. When you have those nights, you can see you don't want to go to bed on time because on your time, you'll be like, there's going to be flow. Don't stop yourself. Stay in the flow. Okay. Stay in your flow and you'll be very happy what's going to come on the other side. Does that feel better?
Yes. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sweetheart. Keep me posted. Come join us on the Unleash Realm. Keep me posted. I like hearing what's happening with you guys. All right. Zach, we have Christine on the line from London.
Yes, we have Christine from London. You are live on the Tracy L. Clark Show.
Hello.
Hi, Christine.
Hi. Oh my God. I can't believe I'm actually speaking to you finally.
Yay! What's your question today?
I love the TLC community. I've joined the Effortless Academy.
Oh, I'm so happy to have you there. We keep you busy over there.
But I'm here.
I'm so happy. It's definitely during all these changes, right? The connection. So let's give you another boost. What would you like another shift in?
Well, I've got some blockages in my body, and I'm pretty sure I know what they're related to, but I just need some help moving some energy through my body.
Yeah, actually, I can rip this fairly quickly. Hang on a second. I'm going to do a reconnection for you very quickly here, and then you'll find those videos where we're going to help you even more between the respiratory, digestive, and the reproductive. So hang on a second. Most of the congestion with the blockages, I'm going to reset your life force energy. It's actually sitting more up in the chest area. So I'm going to actually remove, this is old information, man. This is like, this is childhood. And then there's some past life energy connecting into the body that is interfering with your life right now. So let's pull that off as well.
I did wonder,
Yeah. Do you dream a lot? Because it looks like you process a lot in your dreams too.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do have a bunch of dreams. Yeah.
Yeah, you're very, very active. You're so sweet. You're ready to woo. I love it. Okay, hang on a second. Let's pull this off. And I'm just going to command the heart space just to move over just a little bit. We got to command yours to move. It actually needs some individual attention here. So glad you called in.
Yeah. Oh, I've got some crunchy bits going on inside there right now.
Yep, they're going to release. They're going to let go. Yeah, nice. We'll pull that out. And also, too, let me know. I know in the Effortless Academy, too, we have that other 2-hour call on the Friday. So you can let me know how theirs is when you're on that call. So hang on. We've been doing lots more for you guys. Make sure you're all okay.
Okay.
How does that feel now? How does it feel in the body when you take that breath? Thank you, God. Wow.
Yeah, I yesterday I had a big shift in my rib cage, and I was in so much pain all yesterday, and it feels better. I feel better already.
Hang on 1 second. There is a huge. Hang on, I'm gonna gag. Hang on, everyone. Oh, thank you, God.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's an amen moment. That was actually, there was some, so you heard me talk earlier about the darker energy, Lucifer, whatever you wanted to. So there was an energy that looked very old. It was literally trapped, creating many blockages in your body, but then also your life force energy, and then moving forward in your life under the rib cage. And so I'm just going to expand it. I'm going to override it. So there's a whole bunch of beautiful golden energy come in. When we do the shift, sometimes you can see little gold specks on your body, just FYI. So you might see some little gold dusty things flying around. Thank you, God. You can just, yeah. Wow. Okay, take a breath. How does that feel now? That is like recentering very quickly.
I'm feeling a bit nauseous and a bit emotional.
Yeah, you might, because there's a whole bunch of, it's literally like, look, it was like, if you were to take an old safe that you found buried somewhere and it was dusty and moldy and it smells, it's an accumulation of information that got stored in your body, of things that people were projecting at you when you were smaller and really pushed into your system. And it's been sitting there, and literally you've been doing good work, but it was ready to release.
Wow. Really resonates with me.
Yeah, like all of those thoughts. So you might come, I will forewarn you, and you can let me know even on Friday and stuff how this hits. You might get like more emotional just remembering some more of the wording where people push their agendas on you and to you, and you knew because you knew something wasn't right. You know, you're very intuitive, you know. So all you need to do when it comes up, it's just showing you that it's leaving. Don't think it's coming back. It's leaving. So all you need to do is the reset tool. Thank you, God. Reset, let go. Thank you, God. Reset, let go. Thank you, God. Reset, let go. Say, I acknowledge you. And then just acknowledge it and say, I'm sending you back to God for justice. I'm done. I'm finished. So I'm just going to let it go.
Perfect.
How does that feel?
Oh wow! I've just gone from crying now to a cute smile on my face.
That Hannah God is so beautiful. I love what's happening. You're glowing.
It is amazing. And yesterday, I've got to say this, on the TLC community, 2 of my girlfriends joined at the same time.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. I'm so happy to hear. There's so many cool things that are coming out, but to help everybody more. And thank you for spreading the word, because we're really doing something different. And I see how as we've all been coming together around the world, how quickly Spirit's moving through lives. And I can't thank you enough. Just thank you. It's so sweet.
Yeah, I feel like this is my tribe.
Yeah. We are. We're a community of people that get it on a different level. That's what I find. That's how I say it. We've kind of, exactly. We're there. We got you. And one of the things I always vowed is to make sure that there was lots of ways that you could still connect with me. I don't like it when you feel disconnected. I want to make sure you're all okay. So, because I know what it's like. I never had anyone to help me. So I'm here for you. Whatever you require, you know where we are, right?
Wow. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So much love. So let me know on Friday how you're feeling, okay?
Yeah, super.
Okay, lots of love. Bye, sweetheart. Call in again. All right. I think, okay, Zach, now we got to go. We have Karen from Brampton on the line.
Yes, Karen from Brampton. You are live on the Tracy L. Clark Show.
Hi, Karen.
Hi, how are you?
Fabulous. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. I'm so grateful.
You're so
Thank you.
sweet.
Oh
So
my gosh.
sweet.
I was just doing some work with my son, and I'm like, I gotta take a call.
I love it. What's your question?
So first of all, thank you for everything that you do.
You're welcome.
I always am so grateful for that. You help so much. It's just an understatement.
Oh, thank you.
There's a couple of things, Tracy. Is the last week I've had so much pressure around my third eye.
Yeah.
And I'm tapping, I'm releasing, I'm doing the tools, but I wanted to get some more clarity.
Mm-hmm.
And the second thing was I feel like this very strong surge of energy just move and to serve right now and to create. But I'm not clear. I'm not feeling clear, even though I feel the next step.
Yes. Okay. Two great things. So the third eye looks like it's actually, there's some pressure because there's some old, I'm going to use these words. So there's old draconian energy that's stuck in there. So old nasty energy that's stuck, and it looks like it's clogging a bit of the third eye as the third eye is wanting to open more. So let's start to dissolve, liquefy, and command that to go. Thank you, God. And start to actually open that. So there's no fear for seeing what you need to see. Okay. So there is that, that older draconian energy was kind of like holding on. It's sort of like, oh, well, you might be afraid if I go away, so you better keep me. It's like that. So let's get rid of that. Thank you, God.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And let's command that to open with ease and grace. I'll connect that back up. So I'm going to thank that power in the hand of God to come through a little bit differently. So it's just like the whole body obviously flows through it, but we've got to backfill where that energy was. So we'll just put a little bit more love there and attention. Thank you, God. Love it. And then, yes. So what I love, what's happening right now, what you're feeling, and I get it because I'm getting it on a different level as well. We're all kind of in this, we're all like, I know there's more coming. I know there's more to do. And we're in a pause, even though, how to say it? So it's like our energy fields are 8 months down the road, but our bodies are here. And it's because we've already been cleaning out all this stuff. We know what's happening, and we know we got to step up into how we serve and why we want to serve. And all the truths are coming out. This is that mass awakening we keep talking about, because people are going to learn a lot of things, and they are learning a lot of things on the net right now, and truths coming out. And it's hard, right? It's hard. And you get that because when you woke up and when I woke up, we're all like, oh my gosh, really? Was I just lied to my whole life? I got to learn something new. What's happening, right? So you're already tapped into and you should be very proud of yourself because you're very tapped into that has already happened. So your energy is trying to clean them all out already. So forwards, backwards, and then right now, right? Because there's no real time. So I'm going to just adjust you to understanding. So we'll strengthen the field to understand that you're already helping there. We just got to wait now until we can lift up out of this weird stuff going on right now that's preparing us. So there is a preparation so we can come out and serve. I always see for you, there's going to be many, 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 many new ways coming. So you're a little bit like me. You sense it, you feel it, and then we can get a little impatient sometimes, but that's okay. That's all right.
Yes. I think I'm impatient because I've got this surge of energy, and it's like, go, 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 go. It's like, well, what is it now that I'm supposed to do with my work, right?
Yeah, and that's a beautiful energy. It came in over the last week. I felt it. It's kind of like being on this other high. I've actually had to go for more walks lately to just, and then I'm just blasting it out to the planet right now. I'm like, whoever can take it, whatever wants it, whoever will have it, like send it more. But like I literally probably, I'm talking to myself the whole time. There's not many people out there. So if you need to go for the walk, or you need to just pull and push it out to whoever will take it, who's ever receiving it, whoever will receive it, you're going to start to see that as we come out of this very quickly, that there's going to be a lot more people that will be saying, okay, I really need help. So you're just sensing how busy you're going to be. So just keep pushing the energy through the body. How does that feel now?
I feel fantastic. Like my third eye head area just feels so clear right now.
Yeah.
I feel like so much pressure has just been thrown off, and I just feel very excited.
Yeah, what I love so much about this is the fact that you can see there's a massive awakening with where these kind of those yucky energies are literally, they have no dominion or right anymore. And they're scared. That's partly why what's happening on the planet, because they realize they're leaving. People are not going to play with them anymore. So where we're noticing in our body, like you with the third eye, they'll sit in these little pockets, or like Christine, where it was sitting under her rib cage, right? So they're starting to show really quick now. So yeah, I would embrace it and love it. Love it.
Yes, that's perfect. Thank you so much.
So much
really
love.
I appreciate everything. Thank you, Tracy. So much.
You're amazing.
You.
I love you. Have an incredible day, lady.
You too.
Karen, you're
Bye.
Bye, sweetheart. Karen's so cute. Okay, I know we're going to go jump up to Sophia. We only have a couple minutes, so let's see if we can squeeze her in here, Zach. We will be back here same time next week. So is she still on the line there, Zach, quickly?
Looks like she is. Sophia from Toronto, are you there?
Hi, I'm here, Tracy.
Oh, there you are. I'm like, can we squeeze her in? We have a couple minutes. What's your question? Let's squeeze you in.
Just a clearing, like with my thyroid. I mean, I heard 5 days to come off the supplements, and it's come down by like 50%, actually probably 60%. So just trusting, but just asking for a general shift. Lots of fears coming up that have heightened in the last couple weeks, especially during my meditations, and these thoughts that I've discussed with you previously. So just wanting a shift, please.
Yeah, what we want to do is just actually move you more into the light and really start to look at what's the full fear of letting that go and stepping into the light, because that's kind of where you're now getting to, which I love, is like the root. It's like, okay, what am I really afraid of? So when I say that, what's the first thing that comes up?
Suffering.
Mm-hmm. You're afraid that if you actually leave what you know, you're going to suffer more. Isn't that interesting? Can I reverse that for you? Yeah. So if you leave the fear, if you leave the chaos, if you leave the trauma, if you leave that, you'll actually suffer more. That's a reverse perception. Wow, we have to reverse this. Thank you, God. And I'm going to thank that part of the hand of God of where some of those heavier Luciferian energies literally were riding into the body, convincing you that, which is an enemy spirit. I'll bind that, cast that, curse that out, and take that out from every level and every layer. I'm going to override that. And so this is where the mental space has been riding in that. So that is where the fear is sitting. It's in the mind, because it wants to keep that virus playing. We always know we have a virus, right? When it's playing something negative, but that's where it sits in the mind. That's how you can always tell. And then because the body is such a beautiful instrument, it knows what to do. We've dumbed it down for so long. So we'll move out to all the accumulation of information and energy at the roots of the cause, thank you, God, of where the body was dumbed down and where authoritative experts felt like they knew more than what your actual programming that you came to this planet with. And this is something that I'm seeing very strongly right now for a lot of people, especially with what's happening. We've got to stop dumbing ourselves down and stop dumbing what our bodies know and stop looking at outside of us and go within. How does that feel now?
Like a weight's been like lifted off of me.
Yeah, it's true. So I want you to sit with what I said there. Thank you so much. I'm glad we got to squeeze you in quickly, but I'll keep running that energy for you until complete. So it's going to go for another 24 hours. Okay.
Thank you so much, Tracy.
You're welcome, sweetheart. Lots of love. I know we have so many of you still on hold, and I can't thank you for calling in enough. I appreciate it. But come back, call in early. I know sometimes you think I called in early. I've been waiting for the whole show, but it's people just keep coming in. So call in early. That's it. But join us here next week. Check us out at tracylclark.com. If you're on the Effortless Academy or the Miraculous Academy, the Effortless Academy is a great place if you like once a week. We're meeting 2 hours a week as our community, the Effortless and Miraculous Academy, together to keep shifting you through these unprecedented times of massive change. If you like more and you want to be shifted all the time and really learn what's happening, that's the Miraculous Academy. We're there 5 days a week. And lots of cool, fun stuff. And I'm really excited. I'm getting ready to launch my book that's coming out. And it looks like we should be set for June. Let's cross our fingers. And I'm so happy to bring that to you guys because as I was just saying with Christine earlier, I know what it's like to be alone. I know what it's like to not have somebody in your back pocket. And That's why I created our community. We have been moving more into a form of a ministry platform. As many people are aware, some things I've been and gone back to school for, to make sure that we can give you the best care that we can give you and really stand in the God light. So pivot your heart, guys. Pivot your heart. Pivot your heart. I know we're doing everything else, but pivot your heart. Stand in the power of the hand of God, in your light, and know you are an exceptional child of God, which means you can do anything. Stop giving away your power to authoritative figures, and especially stop giving away the gifts that your body knows how to restore. I did it myself. You can do it too. I love you all, and we'll see you next week right here, same time, same place. Have a great week, everybody.
Thank you for listening to the Tracy L. Clark Show with me, Tracy L., where I teach you how to connect to the God consciousness so you can unlock your superpowers and connect at light speed and live your extraordinary life. Tune in every Tuesday at 8 a.m. Pacific on Transformation Talk Radio, where together we will unlock the secrets of your body and your life. As the founder of the Body Regeneration Academy, I, Tracy L., will provide you with the insight and simple tools you can apply right now in your life to move you forward and leave the past in the dust. To join the Body Regeneration TLC Online Academy, make sure you check me out at tracylclark.com.